Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on Shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebartogo.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming ABV Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, aka the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we will be evaluating Experiment 44, one of 60 experiments StilL 630 in St. Louis is releasing over a 5-year time frame. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley.
Hey, Justine, what's up?
Not much, Steve. What's up with you?
Oh, not much. So yeah, this is going to be fun. So this is part of our series to get caught up. It's our third of our fourth, even though we recorded our fourth before the third, we switched things up a little bit, but yes, they're going to come out. This will be the third one. They'll come out in order. So very cool. And then we'll be all caught up again, which is nice. It'll be nice to not feel like we're behind, and we can hopefully stay on top of this moving forward. It would be a very good thing. So Justine, I said, have Google ready, because I want you to Google something here. I never heard of this, but I just literally saw it maybe 5 minutes before we got on the computer here to start recording these shows. And Google Just Room Enough Island. Just Room Enough. 4 words. Just Room Enough Island. I want you to take a look at this thing. It's the world's smallest inhabited island. And it is incredibly interesting. I can't believe I've never seen this before. It is wild. And it's like, would you live on that island? I see her eyes now. It's incredible. It looks like the house.
Take this house out.
I know. It seems like a boat would hit it. It seems like, doesn't, is there ever flooding or anything like that in this place? I mean, it's literally, there's no room there. I mean, if the lake goes up, a foot, this thing's underwater. Yeah.
Is it in a lake or is it in the ocean?
It's in a lake. It's in one of the 1,000 lakes up in like New York. I guess they got an area called 1,000 Lakes or something like that. It's one of the lakes up in upstate New York. But it's a huge. I mean, what they show, you don't see, at least the picture I'm looking at, you don't see anything around it. It's this little bitty island, and it's like a full size house on it. And there's like a bush on there next to the house, and then like a small beach. Looks like they got some chairs, like 4 chairs set up, and that's the whole island. Literally, there's nothing else on there. It's not like, here's the area where we go to the convenience store. This is the whole island.
It's appears to be around 3,300 square feet.
So it's a decent sized house. Yeah. The whole island.
That's the whole island.
Okay, the whole island is 3,300 square feet.
Or about 1/13 of an acre. But the house is probably about 3,000.
Yeah, it's a good size house. So it's on Wikipedia, so you can go out there. And there's one family that bought the island in the 50s. They built that house. Now they use it for like a retreat. They don't live there full time, but they do still spend time there. I guess heirs of the family at this point. I mean, I guess the people that originally bought it could still be alive, but it's still in that same family, whether it's the first people that own it or others. So it's just interesting. It's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how you would build it. I mean, I don't know how the electric works. Is there electric there? Because it's not like it's got room for a generator, okay, well, we have gas generators we use. I don't know where you'd put it. I don't even know where you put the boat to get out there. There's not like a dock or anything. I don't know how any of that works, Justine.
I mean, the back of it is like, at least at the front of the house, it looks like there's a little bit of land.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you showed like the side view of the house, like
yeah,
the back end of the house is just like on water.
Yeah.
So
it's like hovering over the water.
I mean, like a heavy rain would like not be very good.
Yeah, I don't know if they have to take like a canoe out there, and because it's not like a motorboat, because there's no place to store. There's no garage or anything that I see. I mean, maybe you can carry whatever boat, you'd have to be able to carry it and put it in the house because there's no storage. You can.
I wonder if the back of the house that's like hovering over the water is like a boathouse.
That could
just
be.
Like pull up in it. What I mean?
That could be. Yeah, maybe. It almost has to have something like that. So maybe. I mean, you definitely want to be by yourself. So in Wikipedia, they do have the back one. You can see some of that. The first one, that you don't see really anything around it. But if you look at if you scroll through the pictures, it shows you where it's at. And then it has the back view, which, again, I see what you're talking about, where that might even be a ramp there. Maybe. I don't know. But it's interesting. It's a fairly good sized house on a very small little rock island. So I would love to go inside. I mean, it'd be just interesting to see how it works. I mean, I'm fascinated by how does the electric work? How does the toilet work? What does it, being by that close to the water, does it wear down on things? Sometimes if it's by salt water, it can eat away at stuff. But what about just near the water? Does that create an environment where there's more rapid decay? And how do you have to maintain it? And anything has to be a real pain. You get someone who has to come work on it. You got to boat them out there. It's expensive.
But I mean, like the water around it doesn't look very deep. So like maybe when this house was built back in the day, like maybe that was actually land, and you know what I mean? Just like over time.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So I thought you'd be interested in that. So there you go. Check out Just Room Enough Island. And if you're interested in that. So it's kind of cool. So, all right. Well, we're going to be trying X44. Justine, tell us all we need to know about this thing.
It is whiskey, barrel char 3. I think that's pretty standard with these.
Yeah.
It is aged 31.75 months.
Yeah. One of the older ones. That's pretty old.
Yeah. The finish is smoked malt, and the expression is 100% SS sorghum, and it is 100 proof.
Okay. And we looked up SS sorghum because we're like, is that a classification? What is that? I guess that's just Dave's pet name for it, right? Because it's for Sydney sweet sorghum. Am I right there?
Sweet
Sydney. It's one or the other. It's either Sweet Sydney or Sydney Sweet.
I think it's Sydney Sweet.
Which Sydney is Dave's wife. So
if it's like the bottled and bond version.
Gotcha. So there you go.
I think it's Sydney Sweet.
It's a tribute to his wife. That much we know. So yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, it is time to drink. I think it's my turn to go first, or is it yours?
I don't know. Go for it.
I think it's your turn to go first, actually. Let's see what you got. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So let's see. Here we go. No, that's not even close. That's not even a controversy. You got that one, which means you win the thing. That's our fourth one. And we were tied going in today. We each had one win and we had a tie, and you win that one. So that means you win outright the 4-match set. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And cheers.
Cheers. All
right. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be tasting this one. We're going to be reviewing it. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. We are also sponsored by Moonshine University. This longtime partner for the ABV Network helps educate individuals looking to get into the distilled spirits business, service industry employees looking to expand their knowledge, and individuals simply wanting to know more about the process and history of the spirits industry. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at Moonshine University, and it's something I continuously draw upon and connect with fellow graduates. Check out their full listing of classes, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes, and more at moonshineuniversity.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, back to the show.
All right, I'm Neil.
And I'm Melanie.
Together we're the Robinsons, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are evaluating Experiment 44 from StilL 630 in St. Louis.
Yes, we are. So, on the nose, it is
Buttery.
Buttery. Yeah, buttered caramel. I mean,
I was going to say like those butter rum.
Okay. The Lifesavers. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what it is. It's butter rum Lifesavers. Dave's flavored it with that. Just think if he just took like neutral grain spirits and dumped Lifesavers in it, like something you do in college. Could be. There
is one of the places around here, and that's what they do. The one day I was in there, and it's nothing that they bottle and put out there, but they use it for like cocktails in their tasting room.
Yeah.
They took like their neutral grain spirit and they were unwrapping those root beer barrel candies.
Yes. Yeah.
And like just throwing them in the bucket, and then they just set it back and let it
just let it do its thing. Dissolve and
and then they use it for cocktails. It's nothing. I mean, it's nothing that that they market and put out on the shelf or anything.
Yeah.
They strictly use it for cocktails in their tasting room. But
yeah, anything goes on cocktails because it's whatever, however creative you can get. So that's interesting. Probably is not bad. It's probably not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, those are good candies. I mean, I would think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's taste.
This kind of also has like a salty, like reminds me of saltwater taffy.
Yeah. I could see that. Let's taste it. So, I mean, you get that really sweet, buttery taste, and the finish, again, the smoke kicks in kind of heavy on this. So yeah, but definitely the most of any. We had some smoked ones tonight and we're really light. This one is not a heavy smoke, but it's maybe a medium smoke, I would say. But yeah, definitely more prominent than the other ones. So what else do you think?
A little bit of coffee.
Yeah, because it has kind of an earthy.
I feel like that is what, and it's probably because I don't drink coffee, that I feel like I pull a lot of coffee notes.
Coffee notes are your thing, even though you're not necessarily, you're not anti-coffee either, but you're not a huge fan.
I mean, it's just not my go-to. Like, I wouldn't drink it. It's just not my go-to. But I feel like for a person who doesn't drink coffee, like, I shouldn't know what coffee tastes like.
Right, right.
That's what I know.
It's got kind of a thick mouthfeel. I mean, it's very interesting. A lot of things about it. I struggle a little bit with the smoke, and this is a little bit more smoke to this one. So it's definitely not, on the favorite spectrum, like some of the other ones that we've tasted in this batch that we did, but it's not horrible.
Also, and I'm assuming this is from the sorghum, but for the one that's aged the longest, it's the lightest in color.
Yeah. It looks like,
I should preface that by saying aged the longest for the 4 that we've done tonight. That we've done, and that you'll be listening to the this week and then the previous 3 before this. It's kind of the color of I use that Orville Redmacher popping corn oil, and it's kind of that color. It's kind of yellowish. I mean, not a lot for being almost 3 years in the barrel. It's yellow, but again, I don't know how the sorghum, that's just normal. And then maybe it's a used barrel if it's sorghum. I don't know. Let's see the note. I got the note, but I don't think there's anything. 15-gallon aged, and it doesn't say if it's new or anything like that. 31.75 months. So I don't know. Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. That's what we know. Justine. So we have our own unique system. It's 3 parts to it. We have a pass, which is don't get this one. We have a try before you buy, and then we have a buy it now. So where do you think this falls? I'll go first. I think you went first last time. I will say this, for me, this one clearly lines up in the try before you buy. Yeah, it may be your favorite whiskey of all time. I mean, if this really is the one that hits the mark for you, I think it's a good quality whiskey. I like the mouthfeel of it. There's a lot that I like here. I like the sweetness of it. I'm just not a fan of smoke in whiskey, nor am I a peat fan. Just doesn't have a peaty taste. But those are 2 of the things that I don't like. That's why the Scotch, for the most part, isn't a thing for me, because I don't like smoke and I don't like peat. So getting plenty of the smoke on this one. So I say you got to try this one before you buy it. What do you say, Justine? I agree with that. I mean, I think that if you know that you like sorghum whiskey, and if you know that you like smoke, then it would definitely be a buy it now. I mean, I think it's good, but I think it's also a try before you buy. Yeah.
I think it really is for most of the audience. Again, for a very small fragment that, like I said, is really into those 2 things. Well, then, it's a no-brainer. But I think for the most of us, we need to try this one before we buy it. So that's going to be the official rating there. And there it is. Justine, people like to get involved in this stuff. And, we're right here in St. Louis, in the middle of the country. Maybe you're passing through, and maybe you've got an opportunity, if you're here on a Friday, to come to one of these events. What do they need to do?
So on the first Friday of the month, you can visit the distillery at around 5:30. You can get there and get in line to get a cocktail. The tastings sometimes start around 6:30. I think you said before that it's kind of switched up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than it used to be.
Live in now.
Right.
The address for the distillery is 1000 South 4th Street. And if you want to check out their website, it is still630.com.
There you go. All right. Well, as we wrap this one up, we like to talk about where people can find us. Justine, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Mays. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. You got to check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put our previous shows out there. Our blogs are out there, our e-magazine, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, Justine. For our audience, we're going to have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine StilL Pro. Moonshine StilL Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least, at the top of the show, I mentioned investment opportunities at the new liquor store concept, the ABV Barrel Shop, being launched in 2022 by myself, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton. We are crowdfunding some of the capital needed to open the store. Not only does it offer a return on your investment, but a lifetime of status and benefits at the store. Of course, this investment is a loan and involves a high degree of risk, which may not be suitable for all persons. Prospective investors should carefully evaluate the risk and merits of an investment, should confer with their own legal and financial advisors, and should be able to bear the risk of the loss of their investment before considering the investment described herein. If you would like more information, contact us via the Under Construction website at abvbarrelshop.com and fill out the form.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.